Hey, this is Jason
Molina
from Weekend RV Adventures.
I guess this is gonna be probably the last video you'll see with our Cougar camper here. So we did it, we bit the bullet, and we ordered a new camper, which we will show you whenever it comes in. But for this one, we're gonna just kind of talk about what we liked about our Cougar 334 RDB. We'll go around the outside, go around the inside. We'll talk about some of the trips that we took. And I don't know.
That's about it. So if you enjoy the video, or if any of the places we talk about or things we did with the Cougar sound interesting, go back and look through the old videos on the channel, and you can probably find more information about one of those trips we went on. So we'll get started walking around, telling you what we're going to miss and what maybe we didn't like about this camper. Alright, so we'll get started. I'm going to walk around the outside. We'll tell you about some of the things we liked, didn't like, some of the modifications or upgrades we did. And even though you may not be looking at this particular model, you may find some of these things are helpful when you're selecting your next RV, because things that we liked and didn't like will be the same kind of issues or benefits of any other camper on the market. So one of the first things we really liked is the size of this pass-through compartment. I don't know if you can look in there and see, but there's a ton of space. We started with a 19-foot hybrid camper before, and it had like no storage. So going from that 19-foot hybrid up to this, it was like massive amounts of storage, but by the end we had it completely filled. So I guess no matter what you have, you're gonna fill it up. The steps we were just sitting on was another upgrade. That was the Glow Step Revolutions. We put those on a couple years ago, and those were kind of an awesome upgrade. They give you one extra step so you don't step as high, and the whole camper doesn't rock when you're bouncing on them. Another thing that helped with the rocking is we added the Steady Fast stabilizer system. It's under the front jacks there. I don't know if Melina can show you that too. But that's these arms and brackets up here that go across. Those have done a great job of helping stabilize the camper, especially in a bunkhouse. We noticed with the kids in the back, when they'd be climbing around in the bunks, it would shake a little bit. And once we put that in, it really cut down on the shaking. So coming back here, the rear bathroom and separate entrance into the rear bathroom was nice. Kids could get in there and go straight to the bathroom without walking through the camper. And when we're inside, they had their own place where they didn't trash our bathroom. We also had the outside kitchen here. Wasn't really one of the biggest things we used, but we did use it quite a bit. Having the mini fridge outside was an awesome thing though, because we keep pop and beer and stuff in there and water. And when you're outside sitting around the fire or sitting around just hanging out, it was so nice to be able to come over here, grab something, and be ready to go. We'll walk around the back now. Back here, there's this door that goes into a room under the bunks that we could store our bikes. That was awesome, and we'll show you that some more on the inside. So one thing that wasn't so cool about this is, and it's the same thing you're gonna see with a lot of bath and a half models, there's a sewer outlet back here, and there's another sewer outlet up in the front. And you have to hook up both sewer outlets. You have to connect them together with a Y if you're going off to a single dump spot in the campground, or you have to run one and then the other at dump stations. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Some of the newer models are tying those together and still only giving you one outlet. That's definitely something I would look for in a new camper if you've got a bath and a half. So another thing that we did here, we upgraded the water panel and added this Anderson selector valve. That was actually a really nice addition. Lets us select between, you know, dry camping, filling the tank, winterizing. Makes the winterizing process real easy because you can hook a hose up and siphon or suck the water right in with your pump without messing around with anything else. Just flip the valve and hook it up. This camper has a 4-point electric auto leveling system, and that was another really nice thing.
I can't see it. There it is.
The 4-point electric auto leveling, was like another great addition from our 19-foot hybrid, because there we were leveling on blocks and using the jack to adjust the front up and down. This, we just pull in, unhook, hit the button, and it does its thing, levels out, and you're ready to go. So that's definitely a nice addition. So one other thing we did, moving from the hybrid to the fifth wheel, is we had to get a new hitch. And I got the Anderson hitch system, and that turned out to be, I think, a great choice. We've used it for as long as we've had the camper now, since 2016, and it's been great. We are unfortunately going to move to something else with the new camper we've got on order. Not really because we don't like the Anderson, just because we want to try something different. And when we get there, I'll do a video about what we're going to use on the new one and what the hitch is. And also I'll probably do a video about the Anderson hitch, just wrapping up what I think after using it for 4 or 5 years. So check out the channel if you want to see that. Now we'll head inside, maybe tell you about some of the places we've gone, and let Melina tell you about what we liked and didn't like on the inside of the camper.
Sorry, I'm emotional. I love this camper. The new one will be great, but we've had some really, really good times in here.
What was the first long trip we went on? New Jersey?
New Jersey.
Yep, went down to New Jersey with this camper. Had a lot of fun there.
I saw some really cool beaches out there. Last year we did the trip through Michigan in here. We went down to Tennessee. This year we went to St. Louis. We've gone back and forth to Indiana multiple times. And then, you know, all around Ohio, Pennsylvania area, because that's where we typically camp here.
Yep.
So
That table behind you, we've played a lot of cards on in the rain.
cards, Monopoly, Jenga, Yahtzee, all sorts of things here. So have friends sleeping on the couches. Kids would have movie nights here. So while we sat around the fire or played cards, did whatever. So lots of good memories here. But one of the first things I loved about this camper is when you came in, you weren't just walking into a wall or different things. Even when the slides are in, you had some space. So big seller for me was an island kitchen. Coming from the hybrid, we had 0 slides whatsoever, so everything was really tight. You had barely any counter space. I would use the dinette table for that for food prep and things. So tons of counter space in here. You had the decent sized fridge and separate freezer, the 3-burner stove, the oven, and just massive cabinets for me. So stuff up here, drawers down here that we kept silverware and cooking utensils. Under the sink is where I kept the trash can and stuff. For me, I have a really big electric griddle, and that's one thing I always gotta find is where can I fit my griddle in my camper. So
yep, that's one of the things we looked at every time we went in a new camper to look at it. He's like, where can I put the griddle?
So it did fit in this huge cabinet down here, also with pots and pans, electric skillet, all sorts of things. So then you got your microwave and 2 big cabinets over here that we use for pantry storage and different other things. So you had the sink cover as well, which gave me an extra cutting board. You had the double bowl sink, so lots and lots of room here as well. So other thing we really liked about the Cougar was the built-in coat racks that they have and key holders. So, you know, in our old one, we were always throwing coats and things other places because we had nowhere to put it. Well, now we had a designated spot for it, which was kind of nice. Also, you have cabinets up above the couch. So it's just, the storage was just fantastic for me. So, and this is where I kept all of our paper products because it made it easy. So, let me take you to the back room now. This is where the kids were at primarily. So, love this setup because we have queen over queen bunks. So the kids could easily take a friend with them, and we could sleep 4 back here, no problem. So the bunks do have a 300-pound weight limit on it. So for 2 smaller kids, it wasn't even an issue. Even 2 teenagers, it wasn't a problem. So down in here, this is where that back door goes into. We always put our bikes in here. Now the Cougar did have a pull-out bike rack that you could use, but we struggled with that with our first camping trip. Couldn't really figure out how to make 4 bikes fit on it, so we ended up throwing them inside here. Also, there's a big shelf that's up above the outdoor kitchen. I threw laundry baskets in there so the kids could throw dirty clothes. We kept sand toys, all of the other stuff in here, so it wasn't cluttering up the camper constantly. Also in here, you do still have plenty of storage as well. So, you know, kids' clothes, shoes, everything, that's where all this stuff went. Also in here too, you have just tons of storage, which I love that. This door here, I don't know how you're gonna get to that, Jay.
Come around it.
This is the bathroom that leads to the outside. So, I mean, it's small, but it works. You got your toilet, you got your sink. Again, you have more cabinets for more storage space, and you have the medicine cabinet. So, the kids could keep all their stuff in there. And then I'll take you all the way through again, up to our bathroom. So one of the things I really wanted coming from the hybrid was glass doors on the shower, because we had the little curtain and you ended up with water still all over the floor. So did get a decent corner shower. We did replace the shower head with the oxygenic one, just to get some extra water pressure in here. But again, medicine cabinet, under sink cabinet for more storage. Another thing I loved in this one was this cabinet right here, is where we kept all of our towels. You have a little linen closet in the bathroom. So a lot of ones we were looking at before, right around this year, didn't have a good place for towels. So I didn't have to worry about it. It was already done. So bedroom leads right into the bathroom. You don't have to walk out into the hallway. You have 3 doors that lead to a hanging closet here, which was kind of nice. So we had plenty of room for longer trips and stuff. This one also has a rod in it, down below if you wanted. We never use that for hanging clothes. I put a hamper in there so we didn't have to worry about where to put our dirty stuff at. So, and then you have over the bed storage and drawers. You had charging station there next on the nightstand. And you have tons of walk around room around the bed. So some of the other ones we looked at, you had to barely squeeze around, or you couldn't even fit around the beds. We did replace the mattress recently. So we have that. There is a video for the mattress that we chose for that. And then also another thing we really liked was that this Cougar had solid doors into the bedroom. Some of the other ones, you know, if you're looking at travel trailers or things, just have curtains that pull through. So we kind of like the fact that this actually had real doors. So, but that kind of wraps up the inside, guys. So I love this one. This was by far my favoriteest floor plan. You can get to the couch, you can get to the refrigerator when all the slides are pulled in if you need access to stuff. I don't know. I'm definitely going to miss this thing for sure.
All right, so that about wraps it up. This is we filmed quite a few little wrap-ups of trips we've been on sitting on this couch, so this will be the last one. It'll be okay. As you can tell, you know, we really like this camper, and we're gonna miss it. But there's some things we wanted. We wanted more storage for bigger things like kayaks, and we just didn't have it here. So we've been looking for a while. If you're like us, every time you go to an RVs. Every time you're in an RV store or an RV show, you're looking at, you know, what you might want next. And we finally found what we wanted, so Cougar is going to be gone, and we'll be having some new adventures with something different here pretty soon. But thanks for tuning in. If you stick around, I'll show some clips of some of those trips we said we went on. And check out the channel. If you like the video or like the channel, subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and we hope to see you again soon.
chocolate toasted coconut sea salt fudge from Murtis. We got the gourmet Oreo fudge from Reba's. And at Joanne's Fudge, we have the double chocolate espresso, the double chocolate mint, and Butterfinger.
All right.
We had a lot of fudge to eat.